Jay Calderon Boxing Talk on YouTube.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Jay Calderon, Stand Clear Entertainment, and we're about to get into this week's Boxing Talk. Over the past weekend, we had a lot of boxing on two different networks. We're going to start off first with the top-ranked card on ESPN, where IBF light heavyweight title matchup was on the line for the vacant title between Artur Beterbiev and also Enrique Colin. This was a fight between two amateur pedigree fighters that were in the line for a title shot, and they put on a pretty good fight. Artur Beterbiev was in total control, very dominant in this fight. He's been a star on the rise in the light heavyweight division, and he's finally got his opportunity. It's been an up and down road for him because of promotional problems and also injury, but now he had his title shot, he had his moment, and he took on this fighter from Germany in Colin, where he basically dominated the fight using a very good strong jab, backing his man up against the ropes, going to the body with some very good hard-hitting body shots, very hard-hitting puncher, landing some crisp shots with the right hand and also with the left hook, going on the inside with that beautiful uppercut. Colin didn't have the punching power to keep Beterbiev off of him. He kept on moving, trying to box, trying to get away, just basically in survival mode, all the way to the 12th round, where he got dropped twice in that round, and he was stopped by the referee as Artur Beterbiev put on a strong performance and now captured the vacant IBF light heavyweight title that Andre Ward vacated once he retired from the light heavyweight division. Is Artur Beterbiev the best light heavyweight in the division of 175 pounds? Many people think that he is the future of the division. Now he's a world champion. Where does he go from here? There's a lot of great matchups in that division. You have Adonis Stevenson, who is the lineal light heavyweight champion and also holds a WBC title. Both men are managed by Haymon. Both men fight out of Canada. This is a very good matchup that I believe could possibly happen sometime in 2018 because these guys' team work very well together, and this is a very good unification matchup between two strong, hard-hitting punches. I like Adonis Stevenson. He has very good boxing skills. A lot of people give him a bad rap because he hasn't fought real good, tough competition. There's talks about him fighting possibly Badou, who moved up in weight from the super middleweight division to the light heavyweight division. That's a big money fight. That fight could possibly happen in January. But a future fight between Adonis Stevenson and Artur Beterbiev is a very good matchup that I would love to see. You also have the newly crowned WBA light heavyweight champion from Russia, a rising young star in Dmitry Bivol. This is a guy that came off a knockout performance win in his last fight. Bivol is a strong Russian fighter, undefeated. These are two very good Russian knockout punches that a lot of people would love to see these guys get into. I don't think Bivol is really absolutely ready for these type of fighters right now, especially guys like Sergey Kovalev, another great Russian fighter that's a former world champion and the baddest man at 175 pounds before Andre Ward dismantled him in his last fight. But Sergey Kovalev is coming back in 2 weeks with a title shot opportunity to win back his WBO light heavyweight title against Ukrainian Shabasky. That's a fight where I believe Kovalev should be able to win against Shabasky. Beterbiev and Kovalev, these guys fought in the amateurs. Beterbiev beat them twice in the amateur rankings, and as the storyline is right there for these guys really don't like each other. It's a great matchup between two strong, hard-hitting punchers from Russia. I think that Sergey Kovalev still has something left to dominate the division, but Artur Beterbiev looks like the fresher of the two, looks like the guy that's on the rise. It's a great matchup that I would love to see Sergey Kovalev and Artur Beterbiev get on. And then you have another guy out there that's on the rise, that's an undefeated Olympic bronze medalist in Gvozdyk, another prime 175-pound contender that Top Rank has. Top Rank is putting a lot of interest in Artur Beterbiev because of the promotional issues that Artur Beterbiev is having with his Canadian promoter, that he might be able to walk away from him and join Top Rank. If he does, then a fight between Gvozdyk and Beterbiev is a definite matchup that Top Rank would love to put together. They put a lot of investment into their fighter, and they're looking to invest into Artur Beterbiev. This is a great matchup between two strong punchers as well. I think Gvozdyk has a little bit more boxing skills. It's a great division right now for the 175-pound weight class. Between all these fighters that are out there, there's a lot of good matchups to be made. We have to wait and see how this is going to play out, but I would love to see any one of these fighters because it's going to be fireworks, no matter who Beterbiev gets into the ring with, because all these guys are very good, strong punchers, skillful fighters, very big men at the 175 weight division. Now, the main event of the evening on the ESPN card was Mexican-American from California, Jose Ramirez, a top contender in the junior welterweight division of 140 pounds, taking on prospect, undefeated Mike Reed. This was a very easy blowout, a demolition for Jose Ramirez in front of his hometown crowd, where he just blasted Mike Reed with ease, dropping him twice in the second round and prompting the referee to stop the fight. Very good body work from this man, Jose Ramirez, a very good, talented fighter. He was just all over him. He looked like a very big, strong junior welterweight in there. And now he puts himself in a title shot opportunity against Amir Aman. Amir Aman, we don't know the situation that's going on with him and Don King. They've been having ups and downs. He might be leaving the Don King stable and joining the top-ranked stable with Bob Arum. A very good matchup between these two top-rated 140-pounders. Amir Aman is bouncing back from his loss against Adrian Granados. Granados is a tough guy. We saw him against Sean Porter, and he was able to beat Amir Aman in an upset victory. And now Amir Aman is looking for his title shot against Jose Ramirez. You know, there was a lot of high hopes about him, especially myself. I thought he was the one to really come up and rise in this division. He had good talent, good punching power, but we have to see he's able to weather the storm against the onslaught of this Mexican fighter right here in Jose Ramirez, because this guy puts on a lot of pressure. He's an excellent body puncher, very strong guy, and he throws a lot of punches. A high volume type of puncher, very good work rate, and we're going to see these guys get it on in 2018, and I can't wait. Now, moving along to the HBO card, it was a doubleheader starting off with the heavyweights. First, it was Jarrell Big Baby Miller taking on Polish heavyweight giant 6'8" Mauricio Wach. This is a fight where Wach didn't show anything to us. He's a big, lumbering type of heavyweight in there. The only thing that he had was a jab in this fight. Miller, very quick for a heavyweight, a very big guy, over 280 pounds. Solid structure of a heavyweight. He looks like a tank in there. Quick hands, landing his jab very nicely in this fight, working the body. This guy is a very good body puncher for a heavyweight, putting his punches together very well, in total control, just beating down his man for 9 rounds. Wach injured his right hand in the fight. He started to throw it less and less as the fight went on. He was just getting wear down and beaten. His corner was about to stop the fight in the 8th round, but they allowed him to go out there for one more round, and Wach was just getting totally dominated by Big Baby. It wasn't that much of an exciting fight in the heavyweight division like we've been seeing lately, as the ring doctor stopped the fight in the 9th round, giving Big Baby a TKO victory in this fight. And now, what's in store for Big Baby? He just signed with Eddie Hearn, the UK promoter, and also got a deal with HBO Network for some big fights down the road. You know, HBO is trying to put in an investment into the heavyweight division. I believe Anthony Joshua, the heavyweight champion of the world, will leave Showtime sometime next year and join the network, because Eddie Hearn has a vast interest now with HBO, has a good working relationship still with Showtime, but I think that the big money lies with HBO as they look to put on a bigger budget in 2018. And this is a future heavyweight from Brooklyn, New York, my hometown. He's looking to follow in the footsteps of Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe as the next Brooklyn Knight to emerge in the heavyweight division and become heavyweight champion. So, can Big Baby deal with the big boys in the division? He's been calling out Deontay Wilder for quite some time. That's a great matchup that could take place at the Barclays Center, but I think that he will first travel over to the UK, and I think Eddie Hearn is going to match him up against a guy like Dillian Whyte, which is a good step-up fight right now from a guy like Wach. I think Dillian Whyte is a solid heavyweight out there. He didn't look too good in his last performance. It was a lackluster fight against another big heavyweight, but this is a matchup where I see that it's going to happen sooner than later between these two fighters right here. And I got Big Baby. I really like this guy as a heavyweight. I think he's exciting. He's a great trash talker. He brings a lot of hype to a fight. He could definitely bang in the square circle. But I don't think he's ready for a guy like Anthony Joshua just yet. I think Anthony Joshua is the best heavyweight in the division. And I look forward to these big guys putting on some exciting matchups, especially between Wilder and Joshua. These are guys that the fight fans really want to see. But my hat's off and congratulations to Big Baby for the victory win. Takes another step closer to a title shot in the near future. Now, the main event of the evening, it was Brooklyn's own Daniel Jacobs stepping back into the ring after his fight with Triple G. He went in there against an undefeated Cuban fighter by the name Luis Arias. This guy right here was doing a lot of trash talking, but he couldn't walk the walk against Daniel Jacobs, who looked like a light heavyweight in that fight. Daniel Jacobs fights at 160 pounds, but when he gets into the ring, he looks more like a 180-pounder in there. He's a very big guy, very strong, very dominant, quick hands. He was landing at will, using his jab, boxing beautifully and walking his man down, just pounding on the smaller areas. Arias didn't have very good punching power at all. A good boxer. He complained of a foot injury in the fight, and this is why he couldn't get off with his shots. You know, it's just an excuse. I believe that he was just in over his head in this fight. It was a good matchup for Eddie Hearn to display Daniel Jacobs' skills and just get a warm-up fight after a few months off from the Triple G fight to get a win in his column and look good doing it. He got the rounds in the bank, winning a unanimous 12-round decision against this guy, and now he looks on for bigger and better things. He will be traveling to Canada to watch WBO middleweight champion Billy Joe Saunders take on David Lemieux in his backyard. That's a big middleweight matchup between those guys. I like Saunders. I think people think he's overrated. He's a very good boxer with decent power, but David Lemieux is a deadly knockout puncher, and he's looking to capture that middleweight title. And a matchup between David Lemieux and Daniel Jacobs is fireworks in New York City. It's a matchup that I would love to see. I like both guys, but we know that Daniel Jacobs is favored against either one of these guys. Whoever comes out victorious in that fight, he's definitely the favorite to win over these guys because he has the better boxing skills than both guys. He has the quicker hands. He's a big guy at middleweight, and he has that punching power. So, you know, I kind of like Jacobs over both of these men right here, and he definitely wants another rematch against Triple G because he put on a very good close fight against Triple G, and I think the only reason why he lost that fight was because of the knockdown that he suffered in that fight against Triple G. Other than that, it could have been a definite draw in that fight in my book if that knockdown didn't occur. But nevertheless, you got to tip your hats off. He's perhaps the second best middleweight in the division, and there's guys out there like Charlo that's in the division right now. That's a big matchup. That's a fight that I'm truly advocating that I would love to see. They're both managed by Haymon, and I don't see why not this fight can't happen. You know, Haymon is having more of his fighters move over to HBO, and I believe that this is a fight where both guys could do very big business at the Barclays Center. It's a fight that either one is talking about. They're not even going after each other. They're talking about the big guys like Canelo, Alvarez, and Triple G, but they're not talking about each other. And I think more and more fans have to pressure these guys into talking about each other to really call each other out and make this fight happen, because I think that this is the best fight out of all these other fights. I think this is the best fight between Charlo and Jacobs to really truly take place at 160 pounds, because either one of these guys can really put on a great performance against one another because they have the hand speed, the skills, and the punching power to give us an explosive, exciting matchup in the middleweight division. And the middleweight division is alive right now. So many great matchups right now, and I just can't wait for 2018 because 2017 has been one of the best years of boxing for boxing fans, and we've seen so many great matchups, so many great performances, and 2018 looks very promising. I look forward to seeing what Daniel Jacobs has in his career now that he's joined forces with Eddie Hearn and HBO, because there's a lot of big fights out there. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into this video. Please join J. Calderon Boxing Talk on YouTube. Hit that little red subscribe button. Put your email information in so you get all my notifications once I drop a new video. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Make comments on the video. Also, follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And also join the Facebook boxing group page. All under the same name, J. Calderon Boxing Talk. I'm J. Calderon, Stand Clear Entertainment. Thanks for your support. Keep watching and please subscribe.